to play away from the new box off to the pillar instead, and Hobbit is able to peek out for one on Zip. It's starting to get a little worrying here for Astralis. They haven't made their way forward to the site, and as soon as they attempt to do so, Shiro unleashes with the dual Berettas. It is Glaive left trying to pull back what he can. Maybe he can slip away with the bomb plant, but actually getting this round over the line would be incredible for the in-game leader. He switches out to the dualies. We know Glaive loves to play with these in the pistols lately. Can he get any impact? The time that he's taken has actually allowed Axel to come back up through Banana, so you've got another threat you've got to deal with that. And the problem is when you have no utility to assist you in a safe plant, you will likely just get taken out upon the immediate plant sound, and Axel swings to close Banana and clear out a lot of these close positions, realizing Cloud9 have fallen back, but with the utility still saved on the B side, with that molly going out, that's going to funnel them back into the A setup. And there's so many players here. Nafny from the double. And it's going to be Config and Farley down without any impact. And now really it's a last-ditch effort to try and get to the site. You've still got to get through Axel, and somehow they do it. Blamev hits an important headshot, and Nafny now looking to try and close it out on the site. He will deny the bomb plant, and there's limited time left here for Blamev. He can no longer win this round, and Nafny with a 4K. That is an incredible round from the pop through Shiro. Will be blinded by it, and so will the long player of Nafny. Shiro gets overrun, and there's a gap now for Astralis to try and filter through. Hobbit's going to go through, but he hasn't heard. He hasn't heard somehow onto Config. No reaction from Hobbit. Luckily, his teammate of Axel doing as much as he can, but he was about to be pushed in from Library 2, and Blamev comes out of balcony. Axel is doing his best, but goes into the open and exposes himself to the Deagle. It is on to Inters in the 1 versus 2. He has no kid on his back. He has to try and get back into this site. Blamev and Config tighten up within the bomb site itself, knowing this is a massive opportunity for Astralis. They can't afford to throw this one away. Inter starts to creep a little bit closer, but doesn't really ever feel like he's going to go for this one. Maybe grab the AK on the way out, try and catch them as they fade away. Obviously, with the new changes to Inferno, you can't exactly save within the site too easily, so getting this AWP into the next round for Config is going to be impossible. Inters realizes that. To try and crack open this B site, they're calling for everybody to come back and try and attack into this B bomb site. Bomb collected by Zipex. They're now charging through. Config is at the front of the charge alongside Glaive to try and figure out where Inters is, but Inters has done very well at just staying alive. You mention this all the time, Hawker. That's one of his specialities, is just staying alive and buying time for his teammates to get in some better positions. Even though he does that, it's not good enough here for Cloud9. They will not be able to hold the B bomb site. They're going to have to run away and save this one. Nate goes through for Axel, but the call to save has been made already. Shiro over at Library.
Information. They don't know where Astralis are going right now because they're pressuring both sides of the map, and that means Shiro's done for.
All right, Config shreds through the AWP on the Cloud9 side of things. An important showing so far for Config. Blamev hitting the numbers too, but the commitment into the site is found here for Astralis. Nafny was the last remaining player that could have done something about this, and Config turns up to the balcony. Nafny extends out of it and goes down. 2 players here for Cloud9 left to the save yet again. The first fight when Axel is away running down mid, obviously commits into Banana at that point. Glaive trades it out. When you've got the 4 versus 4, often Astralis will feel good about hitting one of the bomb sites heavy because you know they're likely either gambling or splitting and weakening the defense as a whole. And Config is just not missing. Another kill. 3 picked up so far. And Inter's cowering away in the corner at dark. Astralis are close towards him, looking to get rid of every weapon in the hands of Cloud9. Close to it, Zip will do it. No guns for Cloud9 going into the next.
Utility. You can actually see Astralis themselves don't have many nades left at this point. 27 seconds remaining. The counter incendiary from Hobbit could be really difficult to bypass.
The bomb isn't committing into B. The bomb's coming back over towards this A side.
But now they have no nades.
It depends if Shiro stays here, though.
Wow.
Shiro's rotated away, but now they've spotted out the short offensive, so that's pulling Shiro back, but he's not going to be there in time. It's more pressure on the rifles. Nafny up in the balcony. It's a good kill from him. Axel assists from the pit, and Shiro gets there in time to get 1 kill back. It's down to 2, but the time is limited, and the Astralis have none left. They will have to call this off. And yeah,
is taken by Astralis.
He's going to see the bomb. He's going to see the bomb on the back of BlameF. He is going to get the pick. Now the bomb is down, and that's panic stations for Astralis. They have to come back and try and pick it up. And in the meantime, Axel's got another kill. Finally, they hunt Axel down, but the damage is already done. It has already felt on the server. Astralis down to just 2 players with 30 seconds left. Glaive and Zipex have to try and work their way onto the A-bomb site. Hobbit is rotated over. There's another player here for Cloud9. If they try and come through long, they'll have to bypass the library, and Hobbit is waiting for them. He has just looked away at the wrong time, but he's coming back now. And this is going to be real tough. Nafany spots out the long play. Hobbit's position should be strong enough to close it with a limited time here, and you're still going to have to deal with Axel inside of the pit. It's a second kill for Axel in the round, and finally gets taken down by the rifle of BlameF. Inters didn't get here in time to stop the bomb from actually darting towards the bomb site, and Zipex's deagle at range takes out Inters. Suddenly, this round on pistols has turned into the favor of Astralis. They're inside of the A side, and Hobbit has to make the retake work. BlameF with a tight angle. Shots will start to land for Hobbit, softening up BlameF, but he still hasn't taken him down, and he's fighting between 2 positions, and BlameF will best him to give Astralis a 7th round.
There is a kit in play on Inters, so Cloud9 can afford to take a little more time. BlameF seeing if he can maybe make an advanced move on Banana. Now comes back to CT. He wants this early frag, and he's found it. Great shot onto Shiro.
Yeah, it's a kill for Shiro. Picked up, no problem. BlameF though, 4 kills found. Straight away, the rifle will break through them, and Cloud9 are feeling the wrath of BlameF in these back-to-back rounds. But it looks like it's just to line up a smoke. And it will come through from Zipex towards Coffins. Config leaps into the site because he realizes Hobbit's just moved forward. A nice 1 bullet to the brain. Hobbit down. Smoke at CT non-existent, but it doesn't matter because Farley's got the pick. And it's just Nafany, as I mentioned, was so far away. He's finally arriving over towards the B side, but to really have a say in doing much and closing out this round, it'll be an absolute miracle. Last round of the half, he must attempt it, but his attempts will likely be futile. Config looking to hunt him down, looking to close the half, and he will. 10 rounds for Astralis. Ace the players within the site here for Astralis. Glaive with the MP9 does well on the first. Farley helps him out, and the kills are going Astralis' way. 10 seconds left here for Cloud9. They need to get the kills in the site. BlameF holding. Farley still alive inside of the site, and there's just not enough time. Hobbit will try to get the plant, and he will. Just about gets onto it. All of his teammates are going down. There wasn't enough time to mess around, and Hobbit makes sure that he gets the job done. But now it's looking to secure the round win. That is his goal, to take down BlameF and Zipex and lock this one in for Cloud9. The force buy is so important. He has got the molly for the post plant. The stick not being had, but he doesn't know that. He now gets info upon the peak. Just drawing the timeout, causing problems, and again, molly in hand, but actually getting it out onto the site is going to be so difficult. Zipex just holds it off. BlameF with the defuse being stuck on 10 seconds. Will pull it through here for Astralis. 12 rounds. Spotting Hobbit out. BlameF deploys a back site smoke to create a wider corridor to play from, but Hobbit isolates the fight awareness up to the CT boost. It's a kill on Zipex. Farley trading out on towards Inters, but Hobbit has brought down both B defenders. Glaive goes flying through the CT smoke with the MP9. He luckily stays alive here for Astralis. Config will join him. Hobbit is playing a risky game right now, but risks sometimes get rewards, and Hobbit has gone forward and called out Config. Starting to look good. Finally, Hobbit put down. So it is Shiro, often a king in the clutches, looking to claim the lives of Glaive and Farley, but Glaive runs him down, denies safe passage away from the plant.
There wouldn't be that many angles you have to clear. Zipex's counter utility could also be nice, though again slowed down, but Cloud9 look like they want to commit anyway.
They're moving their way forward, still being held back for the time being, but they look to climb over the top of Zipex. In the first orange as Axel will go. Hobbit and Axel with the first couple of kills. Zipex put in the ground after 1, and that's strong enough. That is going to be strong enough for the round for Cloud9. Inters is on the other side of the map, cutting off rotations, cutting off the reinforcements, and even he is successful in getting that kill. So Farley left, just trying to hang on to his rifle. Peak. It feels dangerous to go back in again, but he should attempt it. Shiro blinded, forced away, and taken down. Config unleashed. Another kill from Glaive, but quickly, Cloud9 find 3 kills. Nafany finally activated, and another kill from his rifle will be picked up. Farley, the last remaining player, and as you pointed out at the beginning of this round, he finally got the AWP in his hands. Well, they haven't come anywhere near him. They've avoided him entirely, and he isn't going to be able to get back into this round. How ready is Axel for this? Not ready at all. And Config will eventually get his kill. A second picked up, but it's from the Molotov. Zipex burns away Axel, and right away Astralis have a 2-man advantage, make it 3, with Glaive holding off the A side. Farley misses the shot. The kill comes through for Hobbit. He's not out of hand just yet, but Glaive is definitely under a lot of pressure. If he goes down, this A site will fall, and now there's a big opportunity to turn this one around again for Cloud9. Everything is on that pit setup. Glaive has to deliver here. Config just moves his way down. Banana starting his flank up middle. They're looking to pressure Glaive from two sides, from the hay bales and from the balcony. Smoke goes out, and again the issue of long. Zipex smoked off, throws his own one to try and assist Glaive. He realizes he cannot leave him out to dry. Glaive is under pressure. Flash comes in, it's actually Config, but
Jiggle Peak could be a little scary, but smoke out. Looks like Cloud9 might want to see if they can go quick.
well, Glaive is having a field day. Started the round with a first kill, doubles up onto Nafany and Hobbit. And that should be enough now for Astralis to close this one out. A 5 versus 2. 45 seconds left. Config has the apartments. He's looking to cut off that mid-rotation if they were to come back. But Cloud9 stay committed towards B. The fourth player will start to join the Astralis setup over here. Smoking towards CT, but Zipex and Glaive have doubled up within the site. Wherever you go here, Cloud9, it is not going to be easy to recover this one. BlameF goes forward, the double kill to close it, and Astralis will take map number 1. They will find it
Nicely, this could be big damage.
goes a little too deep, unfortunately. Now they hop out the window. Config good for the first pick. Axel is down. There's significant forces here for Astralis to try and defend this B side, and the rotations are coming over to try and bolster it further. BlameF holding strong, gets a double with the last bullet, connects on towards Inters. Shiro is out in the site, but his teammates coming out of the apartments now. Nafany finally arrives, but there's so much that needs to be done here for Cloud9. They'd love to get rid of BlameF, but it's not going to be that easy. He has the support network of Farley and Glaive still standing strong, and Nafany is pinned behind the van. They chase him down, they take him out, and Astralis will have the first round.
Hanging around, including that AWP of Farley. BlameF, who will take the first fight. The top connector smoke favors him. Farley just holding top mid. No utility against the AWP. Maybe they weren't ready for the snipers so soon.
Oh, Shiro getting one. BlameF able to come through and trade right back onto Axel, keeping Astralis at the heavy advantage. Config has gone on a little bit of a push alongside of his teammate now coming in behind him of Glaive. They pushed all the way through T-spawn, and if they push further, they will get close to that bomb that is now being picked up. Inters has collected it and gone back into the apartments just at the right time. So they've dodged the vision of Astralis, but all the information is being picked up. Config could get in behind Inters quickly enough, but it's Zipex that is most likely going to have to fight him here. Inters doesn't check him. Easy positioning there for Zipex, and it's now Shiro with 40 seconds. He's very far away from the bomb, and he's now caught in the fight from top mid. Config's flank coming
Through without them being spotted, and he's even got an early frag.
Lovely shot there from Farley. Now it is going to be pressure on the B side. They're trying to get back here in time. Config goes down to the bench without a single kill, so that is a bit of a weakness here in the defense of Astralis. But luckily BlameF has got here in time. Farley's AWP also looking towards this way. And remember, the flank from Glaive is still coming through. BlameF just needs to delay, and he's doing everything and more. BlameF gets a double. Inters and Axel both go down, and it's just Shiro left. A nice shot on BlameF, but 10 seconds, a lot more needed here for Shiro. And finally, that patient flank from Glaive will result in a kill. Farley sends the AWP over, but this is what Cloud9 can do sometimes. Finally, a bit of magic coming in from the individuals. Tech9 to the first kill, Deagle to the second, and a rifle into the hands of Axel. Cloud9 need to convert on this opportunity. They're trying to get into the A site. Config's got the AWP over here. He goes for the wall bang to try and deny the plant. It's not too far off, but the shots will not penetrate through on towards Shiro. And finally, that one will, but it's not enough damage again to bring him down. It will soften him to 9 HP, but with Cloud9 putting the bomb down and having such solid post plants, Astralis decide it isn't worth it. It isn't worth going for this. But Nafany could make it a little more expensive here. He could bring another gun down. Zipex didn't see him. Nafny didn't see Zipex. It's just a perfect timing for Zip to get on by. Takes out Nafny. Looks to stay alive. 2 rifles at least will carry over here for Astralis, but that's an AWP into the hands of Cloud9 and a round I'm sure they didn't expect to come through. Well, Zipex pushes through Palace. Glaive again alongside of him, but this time Inters is ready for it. Will he anticipate Glaive to be here too? They are being tentative in their approach, and Shiro has seen Glaive, takes him out with the AWP. And now is there an acceleration down into this A site from Palace? If they do go forward, they would have to deal with BlameF, and he is good enough to take down Inters. Shiro now fixated upon him, but Config seeing just enough of Shiro extending around the corner to get the kill onto the Palace AWPer. Now it's just Axel left in a 1 versus 3. His teammates have all crumbled towards the A-sided attack. Axel at least gets an opportunity to bring down Farley. And he will open up a chance for himself into this clutch. 2 players to bring down 2 heavy hitters. Config's AWP spotted crossing to the Underwood. Axel's going to try and molly him into the open. Config anticipates that mid-fight.
Oh,
Ned's going to go searching for the kill, and a homing missile connects onto its target.
This play could be effective. Glaive almost caught out, but he turns it round, hits the headshot. This was a full force buy for Cloud9. They are going to start to get out through Palace, but another shot lands from Config. He continues to do good work with this sniper.
Yeah, he's having a great game again, and you know, this is what we're talking about. When you have BlameF showing up, that's one thing. But when you have someone else, you have Config delivering some numbers on the CT side here. This is when Astralis hit a different level on Mirage. This is when you see them get the Mirage performances they think they can pull off. And Cloud9 just banging their head off the wall time and time again. Config with another kill. You've seen him get into these ridiculous positions with it as well. He's pushing onto Tetris with the AWP just to get those kills, and Shiro's left once again having to try and white-knuckle grip this AWP. But yeah, I would like to see in the next round, or around soon enough, Cloud9 try and focus that B side a little bit. Zip is just on 10 HP.
Where's the bomb going to go?
Config's going to catch out Hobbit. What does the bomb commit? Does it try and get up through short? Well, if it does, it has to get through Zipex, and it will do exactly that. Now that Zipex has gone down, a big opening into the B site. Shiro cuts off rotation. Config cannot get back to help out in the B offensive, and it is now going to be the save call for Astralis, likely. But they do have a lot of money, so they could throw something at this, and Shiro has been caught by Farley. Glaive's pretty close to the B site too.
Farley is starting to move over. It could be Glaive who would have to go in first, though. The bomb is ticking. And now some noise made. I think Axel's attention drawn towards Glaive, but Glaive wins the fight.
And now they know where Inters is too. Farley, you have to go for this. A chance to get back into the site, but Inters, an important round, an important piece of impact.
It's sneaking out onto A. Oh, the flash is good.
It's Glaive this time, holding connector, not BlameF. Glaive is going to do a good enough job. Hobbit comes over the stairway, looking to try and clear out connector, but Glaive intelligently has dropped back in towards jungle, but Config commits on top of Ticket. Shot rings out from Glaive, but an opening has been found for Cloud9 to commit into this A site. The jungle fight starting to go the way of Astralis, though. Hobbit is down, kills from Inters and Shiro are essential, but BlameF comes out swinging for another pick. Once again, it is Inters who needs to get a 3K in the 1v1. Up against Zipex, goes to the clock, and will lose his life. Zipex will best him this time. That's Axel. It's pushed through towards CT now. BlameF doing a bit of damage, sprinkling his opponents down low. Zipex on the quick rotation over has been able to take out Axel upon the push through CT. And Cloud9 just down to 2 players, but at least the bomb is down. They have to try and close this one out. Shiro with an important kill removes Zipex and will maintain control of CT. Inters from default, fights out and catches out Config, putting it just down to Farley and BlameF to try and get back in on this retake. And AWP is difficult to maneuver, so it's BlameF that has to do the most of the heavy lifting. Luckily, he's used to that. He's taken out Inters. Shiro is now left at CT. Smoke on towards the defuse. Farley needs to get onto it now. He's found it. Shiro spray, not connecting. Goes for the knife. He's missing it. And finally, on the final tick, will take away Farley's life.
Astralis aren't fully committing yet.
Well, they're coming back, and BlameF does activate late in the round. It's Hobbit that's gone down. Shiro trying to draw attention back, but he's about to see so many targets come into his crosshair. He does well to at least get one, but As you would expect, he is overrun and overwhelmed, and Nafany still yet to get his first kill. Looking to get it onto Clave. He's going to go back into short. Clave isn't even going to give him that slight piece of mercy. Nafany will be hunted mercilessly and prevented.
Be in time too. Maybe he can have more impact.
Yeah, maybe he can with the rifle here. Clave has taken down Inter, so Nafany really does need to deliver some impact here. Looks down short, unfortunately will get taken out by the rifle. Config makes quick work of him. Shot will land on Axel. He's got over here, and the low HP of Config gets taken down to the scout. Maybe an opportunity here on Zipex as well. A kill from Hobbits come through. Clave is suddenly down. And at the 30-second mark, once again, an equilibrium established on the player count. And now Cloud9 heading into the advantage. Bomb loose. Farley left on 30 HP. It's hard to see him get out of the apartments here. This is looking good for Cloud9 to pull around out of nowhere. Hops down, Farley. Tries to signal that he hasn't dropped with the shots covering off the sound. It is down to Hobbit. 8 seconds left. He goes into the open.
It's window position and Nafany caught.
Just the worst timing there. Switching nades. Nafany gets caught. MF brings him down. That's a huge open now in the defense. Zupex is cutting off the support network for Hobbit too, so he's really isolated in the A site. He's had enough of just sitting idle. Starts to move forward. Zipex cutting off his teammates. Getting the kill on Shiro. Hobbit under pressure from so many sides. Well distracted. Hobbit looks away and PlayMF executes his kill. And another one picked up. 3 for PlayMF. This will be a massive win for Astralis to go to the playoffs of Cologne over a legitimate team. And not even doing it in a close style. Outclassing, outmatching them on the server. This could be the turning point for the confidence of Astralis. They have had a lot of struggles over the recent months. Criticisms from multiple players, in particular on Zipex, who has really elevated his performance. Recently Config, who is just unbelievable right now with his competition. This is what Astralis can do.
Great flash onto Shiro, but he somehow recovers. Axar there alongside him. That's much more like it for Cloud9. Good timing for Glaive. Gets one back. Config might get a chance for a fight. Shiro's so low on health. Needs to be very careful he doesn't give away anything further. Finally decides to fall back and play with his team.
Yeah, the problem is here for Config, he has to cross in front of the boxes to get the bomb back, so he's having a rough time. Everybody from Cloud9 has now moved in close to mid. Config spots out Axel, can't bring himself down to take out Shiro in the same maneuver, so just Glaive left inside of the A site, 17 seconds left. That mid-fight was essential to go Cloud9's way at the beginning of the round, and it did. Glaive will hit to try and pull the kill back through Palace. Zipex holding for it. Hobbit goes and checks, but Zipex will bring him down. And now Astralis, they're up 2 players and a missed shot from Shiro.
Just tucks back before Glaive comes in to try and trade him. Axar's got 1 kill of his own, but Astralis now realize it's time to group up. They've got so much utility. Shiro's the only player on A, and surely he's going to get smoked off here. Or at least flashed off this angle.
He gets flashed off the angle. Rendered ineffective. Tosses out the smoke in front of him. Axel doing as much as he can to keep his team in this round. 2 kills to draw it back, but he's down and out. He has to rely on the rest of his squad to get him through this. Shiro hits the deck to Farley, and now it is just inters between Astralis and a playoff appearance here in Cologne. Inters inside of the connector. It has felt like this has been coming for a long time. On Mirage, it has been a one-way street. Astralis have been dominant, Cloud9 have been absent. And now finally spotting Inters out. Glaive will take to the floor. And just Farley and PlayMF left. Inters comes over the top and PlayMF will confirm it. Astralis are going to the playoffs. The red star of Astralis will be lighting up the line, Cess.